Hello guys, welcome to my channel. This is the 24th tutorial in this course, and in this tutorial we'll be checking out how we can construct tables in our HTML web pages. So the HTML file that I have here has the doc type declaration on line number 1, and then between the opening and closing HTML tags on lines 2 and 31 respectively, I have the head section which has the opening and closing title tags, and the title tags enclose the text tables in HTML. And I also have the body section between the opening and closing HTML tags, and the body section has opening and closing h1 heading tags on line number 7 that again the tags enclose the text tables in HTML. And then on line number 8 I have the table element, and this is the first time we're using it in this course. But before I talk about rest of the elements in this file, let me show you guys how this file would look if I would open it in Google Chrome. Right, so this is how this file would look, and this here is the table that we made, and over the next few minutes we're going to talk about how we can improve it, like have a border and some space between the cells and all that. But this is a table, a very basic table. It has country, continent and capital as the headings for the 3 columns it has, and it has 4 rows in total. Right, the first row has the table headers, and then there are 3 rows that contain data. So let me go back to the file now. So to have a table in a web page, you have to use the table element, right? So you type in table, the word table between opening and closing angular brackets, and there's a corresponding closing table tag on line number 29 here. And between the opening and closing table tags, you have the opening and closing tr tags for each row in your table. So as I showed you guys in the file, when I opened the file in Google Chrome, there are 4 rows in the table, so there has to be 4 sets of tr tags, and tr is a short form for table row. So this is the first set, and this is the second set, and this is the third set, and this here is the fourth set, right? So if you want to add more rows, then you'll have to get in another pair of opening and closing tr tags. And then to have the table headers, you have to use the th tag, right? So th is a short form for table header, and it's very simple. You just type in th between opening and closing angular brackets, or the less than and greater than symbol, and you type in your values. So generally you would want to have table headers in the first row of the table. So that's why in the first set of opening and closing tr tags, I have 3 sets of th and the closing th tags. So country is the first header, continent is the second header, and capital is the third header. So these are column headers for the table. And then for the other rows, you have to use td as to have cell values in your table. So in the second row, I want to have France as my value for the first column, so that's why I have opening td tag and closing td tag here, and between these two I have France. And then I want to have Europe as the value for the second column, so that's why opening td tag and closing td tag here, and between that I have Europe. So on and so forth. You have to just add in the opening and closing tr tags, and between those you have to add in opening and closing td tags to include cell values. Now let's say you want to add a border to this table, right? So it's very simple. All you have to do is go to your table tag on line number 8, and just give a space after the word table, and type in border, right? That's an attribute for the table element. And then you type in the equal to symbol, and between double quotes you type in the thickness for your border. So let's say you want to have a border of 1 pixel thickness, so you just type in that, save the file, and I'll go to Google Chrome, and I'll just refresh this, and there you go. Your table now has a border, and it looks good. But as you can see, the values in the first column, like France, India and United States of America, are actually stuffed pretty much towards the left. So you would want to have some space between the values and the border of the table. So the way you can have that space is by using the cell padding attribute for the table element. You type in cell padding, and between double quotes you type in how much space you actually want. So let's say you want to have a space of 5 pixels, so I'll type in 5px, save the file, and I'll go to Google Chrome and I'll refresh. So now you see that each value is sort of separated from the surrounding walls of the cells by at least 5 pixels, right? So here you have 5 pixels, and then you have 5 pixels separation from the value and the border below, and that's the case for all cells. And next, let's say you also want some space between the cells. So in the third row particularly, we see that it seems a little crowded because you have long values here: United States of America and North America and Washington DC, all long values. So if you want to have space between the cells, you have to use the cell spacing attribute of the table element, and you again type in cell spacing, CELL spacing, the equal to symbol, and between double quotes you type in as much space as you want. So let's say you want a space of 5 pixel, you type in 5px, save the file, and I refresh it in my browser. So now I see that there is space between each cell, right? So that's it about the table tag in HTML, and I hope you guys had fun watching this tutorial. And there are other things that you can do with tables. Actually, you can have different colors for different rows to sort of enhance the readability and the look of the table, but that's kind of fancy, and you mostly use CSS to deal with tables in HTML. And we're going to check out how we can have different colors for different rows, and maybe the next tutorial when I discuss the background color attribute for tags in HTML. And anyway, I hope you guys had fun, and you may subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. See you in the next video. Till then, take care.